Update 5.5 has brought us a new batch of limited time combat manuals, and for about the next month you can start earning Ephemera 5 divine codes. We'll be quickly going over what's on offer this month, and as always you can use combat manuals for merging, so feel free to grab any of these for your favorite merge projects. For the 5-star combat manuals, these will cost 300 Ephemera each. First up is Bridal Sigrun. Her inherited weapon is the Cake Cutter plus sword. Very simple weapon, it grants +4 attack and speed when initiating, so it's a Swift Sparrow 2 sword. Not a ton of easy to get inheritable swords, much less offensive type ones, so it's not a bad weapon for a simple offensive build. For other two passive skills, you're going to have to choose the Cake Cutter, or you can get ARD Speed and Defense or Air Orders, two very rare skills, and Sigrun's the only one with this 8th raid skill variant. While I do think the defensive 8th raid skills are much more usable than their offensive counterparts, they are still heavily dependent on how you set up your map. Meanwhile, Air Orders is an insanely annoying flyer mobility skill. If you want a flyer ball that can have super flexible positioning, then this is a good option, although the Sacred Seal version is also available. Besides Ardent Sacrifice, Bridal Sigrun does have some pretty rare skills on hand. Next up is Ishtar. Not a lot going on with her inheritable skills, although she did get a refined somewhat recently, so maybe one extra merge. Her most sought after skill is probably Swift Sparrow 2, since that can let you inherit the tier 3 version plus another skill from another unit. Vanish and Moonbow can both be gotten from a variety of low rarity units. Then we have Odd Attack Wave, which is on some heroic grail units. Wave buffs are fine options if you have nothing else, but generally speaking there are a lot of other self-buffing and or team buffing options which can be more consistent. If you were thinking of putting Swift Sparrow 3 on a unit in the future, then maybe Ishtar can be worth a pickup if you don't want to use your other units. Moving on to the 4-star combat manuals, these come at a very reasonable 100 Ephemera 5 apiece. Our returning Tempest Trials unit is Ninja Hana this time, who has become an extremely popular merge project. Very solid unit who can also dual wield her weapons. At 4 stars, Hana has Wrath 3, and you can also create Glimmer if you really want it. At 5 stars, she will have Life and Death 3 again, but the true prize are her Ninja Masakari plus axes. These are brave weapons that have 1 more might than a normal brave axe, and they grant +4 speed instead of taking away speed. They are more offensive in exchange for -4 defense and resistance. Sadly, other units do not get to dual wield these sweet pink and green axes. I believe they only get one of them to use. These are great for brave builds that would prefer quad attacking, and they are very nice options as a sort of brave axe upgrade. Even if you already have +10 Ninja Hana, she's still worth grabbing just for a free chance at her inheritable axes. Next we have Selena. At 4 stars she has Reposition and Threaten Speed 3. At 5 stars she has Triangle Depth 3 and the Armor Slayer Plus, which does upgrade to the Armor Smasher Plus in the Weapon Refinery. If you need an Armor Effective Sword and a Reposition, then Selena is a fine option. Third is Lena. At 4 stars she has Defense and Res 2, which can be an ultra budget Fortress Defense and Res A skill. You can also get Heavenly Light for your healers. At 5 stars Lena has Recover Plus and the Gravity Plus Staff, both fine healer skills. Then you have Attack Ploy 3 if you have any debuffers. Fourth is Soth, who could be up soon for a refine of his own this year. He's not sharing his unique dagger, but at 4 stars you can get Life and Death 3 as well as Glimmer. At 5 stars Soth will have Spur Attack and Speed 2, which ain't too bad for a cheaper support buff. Hopefully Soth gets a neat refine for Petchcast this year, really looking forward to it. Last up is Nana. At 4 stars she has Drive Res 2 and then Heavenly Light for her special. At 5 stars you can get Restore Plus, which is a fun healing assist since it gets rid of penalties even on full health allies. She then has Speed and Res 2, which I wouldn't exactly waste 20,000 feathers for. She also has the Absorb Plus staff, which is on a couple other healers. 2 healer combat manuals in this batch is a little weird, but maybe if you want Restore Plus, Nana may be worth it since she's the only non-5-star healer with it. Now, something I noticed is that since we've hit a year with the Ephemera / Divine Code system, the corresponding update month has had 2 units from the previous year. For example, this month is May, or update 5.5, and last May, in update 4.5, we also had common manuals for Selena and Soth. In April, we had Hinata and Taotiu return from last year, and in March, it was Barst and Shana. I think to avoid filling the Ephemera options with units with less desirable skills, repeating some are fine. Not a big deal to me, especially since they've been adding the Tempest Trials units. That's all I got for now. Do remember to spend last month's Ephemera before it's gone. I'll see you guys in the next video.